What is up, Whitechapel? Today we're going to be going through all the games and my picks. Let's get into it. We're going to work from top to bottom in terms of priority, what I think is interesting, and what is the game of the week, which we know is me versus Carter. Here we go. We're going to start with the first game would be Jeff versus Oren. Currently, the game is projected at a 125 to 112 game. Jeff coming out on top. This upcoming week, guys, I see Hurts and Mark Andrews have already gone for Oren, with Rasheed Rice going for Jeff already. Dak Prescott against Cleveland, CD Lamb against Cleveland. Both tough matchups on Jeff's side, but with Dak just, breaking news if you guys didn't hear. How about them boys? Dak Prescott signed an extension, $240 million. So we'll see how that plays into today. See if that gives some extra motivation between him and Lamb. I like Jeff's matchups more. Etienne at Miami, McBride at Buffalo. Buffalo. I'm kind of off that train. I don't know if you've heard. Everyone in the media also off that train. Me too. Kamara, that's Kamara against Carolina. That should be a good game for him. James Conner, also at Buffalo with Arizona. And then he's also got Brandon Aubrey at Cleveland. And Cleveland defense against Dallas. You usually don't want to start a defense that's going against three of your players. I like Jeff in the matchup, but I just don't... I don't know. I guess if your offense goes off and your defense gets -5 or -2 or even just 2 points, whatever. I think Jeff's team is still favored to come out on top. Oren still has Deebo Samuel to go tomorrow night. Same thing with San Francisco defense against New York tomorrow night. But Bijan Robinson against Pittsburgh. Nico Collins at Indianapolis. And who's this? Jahmyr Gibbs against the Rams. Should all be favorable matchups, especially Bijan Robinson. I'm expecting a lot out of him this year. It's tough to choose. I mean, Yahoo currently has it as a 61% projected winner at Jeff. I don't know. The more I talk about it, the more I kind of not want Oren to win, but I could see Oren winning. But we're gonna stamp it. Boom. Jeff will win this game, start the season off right, and look to climb back up into that next division, which, if you read the newsletter, the magazine preview, we would all know that Jeff has not maintained the division consecutive years. So if history proves true, Jeff will be promoting to the Habs division and making the playoffs this year if we follow the pattern. On to game 2. Storyline-wise, we're going to save it. How about that? Game 2. Wade and Kellen. Currently, Yahoo has the game projected 117 to 106. Kellen coming out on top. Kellen does have the benefit of 9 players still to go. Wade's already had 3 play. He had Mahomes go, Derrick Henry go, and then Baltimore's defense go, all on Thursday night, season opener. Great game, by the way. Looking at the matchup, though, Wade still has Diggs, Kyle Pitts, and Joe Mixon. So Diggs and Mixon, both on Houston, so that's going to be interesting to navigate, too, especially the first game with the new weapons Stroud's going to have, who is rostered by my dad. Has Diggs going at Indianapolis, Pitts versus Pittsburgh, Joe Mixon at Indianapolis, and Devon Achane versus Jacksonville, Marvin Harrison Jr. Honestly, you don't take a wide receiver first overall, but I don't know, this guy's gonna be pretty good, pretty freaking good. So Marvin Harrison's at Buffalo, and then Greg the Leg, tomorrow night at San Francisco. That's who Wade still has to go. I like Diggs versus Indianapolis. Same thing with Pitts against Pittsburgh. I think Pitts is going to have a great year this year. I've been waiting for him to explode. I think he's going to really. I don't know. I just think with the new head coach, new offensive coordinator, I believe they have two. Also, given that you've got the new quarterback play, I think it should all kind of work out for him. To kind of piggyback off of Oren's projection with Bijan, I just think that Falcons. I'm not expecting them to be like contenders this year, but I think the Falcons, the division sucks, but I think the Falcons could really do something this year. Joe Mixon at Indianapolis as well. I don't know. I like Mixon. I think it should be a good game for him, but I don't know. There's gonna be the fall off at some point. I'm kind of waiting on it with Henry too. I mean, Henry did just have 10.6 this past Thursday, which is just negligent on Harbaugh's coaching points on Thursday. So that'll be interesting to see too with Mixon. But yeah, Kane against Jacksonville. I wouldn't be shocked. He's projected currently at 13.39. Would not be surprised if he doubles that. He's a very talented guy, but you've also got Mostert in the backfield, Tyreek Hill, just a lot of weapons. Tua, his legs, he's not the fastest, but he can run it. So that should be interesting to see what a Kane does. Marvin Harrison Jr., first game at Buffalo, that's a big test there. Just given the crowd environment, I think Harrison should really. Come on. This guy's probably. He's projected at 13.26 right now. I wouldn't be shocked if he's around there. I'm probably expecting something like maybe like 4 for 16 a score maybe. So around 10 plus points for sure. But Wade's team definitely does not look favored this week. Killen's got Josh Allen versus Arizona. He's got Jamar Chase versus New England. Jonathan Taylor versus Houston. Which Houston really is a good team. So Taylor, we've seen even when healthy, he's coming off the injury last year. Taylor, even when healthy, will have those games. Every running back will, but that'll be interesting to see there. But yeah, Kittle versus New York tomorrow. Cup tonight versus at Detroit. George Pickens, which is like the main receiver that Pittsburgh has right now. They're going against I was just talking about this. At Atlanta, Dirty Birds. And I just don't buy Falcons defense. There's nothing there that really kind of scares me with that. So I think Pickens isn't a good matchup. And then you got Khalil Shakir. Or Kai Shakir, I forget the name, but a wide receiver out of Buffalo looking to double up with Josh Allen as the quarterback there. In the lineup, Kellen has Young Koo versus Pittsburgh, which is I think is going to kind of work in a benefit in a way. A really good kicker, fantasy-wise, sometimes not, but just good kickers. So, and Pittsburgh's defense at Atlanta, and Pittsburgh's defense is always pretty good. So that'll be interesting. So yeah. I expect Callan's team to probably. Yahoo's only got it projected at 117 to 106, but wouldn't be shocked if that's a little higher on Callan's end. Team's kind of stacked, especially with matchups this week. So but Callan winning this week to go on to the second to last game. The what would we call this? The preview or the lead-in to the main event. But the second to last game we got Shane versus Dad. Shane benefited from Saquon with 33 points on Friday. Same thing with Butker, 9 points on Thursday. Dad had Kelsey go for 6.5. Narvison go for 8, and Green Bay's defense go for 8. So with the kicker and defense in mind, pretty good. Butker, pretty good. Saquon, really good. And then Kelsey just very underwhelming. No Taylor Swift, that sucks. But yeah, so that's what he's had gone so far. Shane has Tua today versus Jacksonville. Garrett Wilson tomorrow night at San Francisco. Laporta tonight versus the Rams. Olave this afternoon versus Carolina. Rashad White versus the Commanders. And Mostert versus Jacksonville. And then Dallas defense at Cleveland. Favorable quarterback, pretty good matchup there. Garrett Wilson, I expect a lot from him. Some people don't, so that'll be interesting to see. Currently projected at 15.25, but I wouldn't be shocked if Garrett Wilson kind of or went crazy. But Aaron Rodgers, spreads the ball around. We'll see if he can make it more than 4 plays into the game. Laporta, who wouldn't have kept him? Why didn't someone keep him as a keeper? Oh, stupid. Oh. Laporta's at 14.5 right now. That should be pretty good. He's a really good tight end, probably the second or third best in the league, depending on how you measure it. And I don't know. Something about Kelsey, I think he kind of needs to go. Olave versus Carolina should be a good matchup with him. Rashad White versus the Commanders. And then Mostert versus Jacksonville should be pretty good. And Dallas's defense at Cleveland. I don't know. Dallas' defense, I don't know. I know Cleveland's got, Deshaun Watson, and but Nick Chubb's out right now too. You still got Amari Cooper, and then Njoku. Jerome Ford's a good backup back there though. So Dallas' defense, if they can get takeaways, cool. They're right now projected at 6.44. Green Bay was at 5.93 and exceeded that with 8 points, but Dallas is currently projected about 6.5 points. They kind of rely on the big play, and I don't know if they're going to get that today. Dad's got Stroud at Indianapolis. Stroud's an MVP candidate this year, I think. So that'll be interesting to see how he plays today in Week 1 with all his new weapons, Diggs, Mixon, and then returning players too. So Stroud, he's right now projected at 25 3/4. So it should be a good game for him. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, very consistent PPR player right there. Should be a good matchup, though. I mean, the Rams are kind of pretty sneaky good with McVay and the defense they have there. Now they did lose Aaron Donald, so that'll be interesting to navigate too. See how the defense is impacted off of losing honestly probably one of the best DTs ever. But yeah, so Amon-Ra should probably go off today. Breece Hall tomorrow night at San Francisco. Also has Kyren Williams tonight too at Detroit. Kyren finished the year. I'm pretty sure it's the halfback one. It was between him and like 3 other dudes for a lot of the year, but Kyren kind of separated himself, towards the 2/3 part of the season. Michael Pittman Jr. That's versus Houston. He's supposed to be the one receiver with Indianapolis, so don't know what to really expect from him there. But right now he's at 13.12 points for projection. And the rookie Malik Neighbors, the wide receiver for the Giants versus Minnesota, 2. So I don't know, a lot of stuff up in the air. Now with Saquon going off for 33 points and Dad already having 3, players going. Right now Yahoo's got the projection at 64% favoring Shane with a 140 to 123 win. Right now it's at 42.2 to 22.4. So it's 20-point difference. I don't know. I hate to say it, but I might have a new dad after this week. So I'm going to take Shane in this game. Winning. I just don't see how he can fumble it. I know it's not on him, it's the players, but I just don't see how the players he's got going today, or at least currently projected to start, fumbling them. So, I got Shane winning this game, and then the now no bias when we go into this. However, the main event, game of the week, would be me versus Carter. And if you can't remember the last matchup we had, sorry, you gotta pick this up. I don't know if you guys have held this before. Wow. Oh my gosh. So last time we played, it was for this. It was for this. And I don't expect a different result. I don't. Very different team for the both of us. To just go different, back, but lost Hurts, lost Laporta. I don't know how my team is gonna handle that, but right now, Yahoo's got the projection at 126 3/4 to 122.5 is what we can call that. 54% projection for me to win. I still got Anthony Richardson to go versus Houston, Tyreek Hill versus Jacksonville, Kaimi Fairburn at Indianapolis, and then Cincinnati's defense, which was a really good pickup versus New England today. So that's what I've got going today. I already had Pacheco go for about 16 points on Thursday. Same thing with Zay Flowers on Thursday. He went for 11. And then Goddard, 7 points. And then A.J. Brown for almost 23. And then Josh Jacobs for 12.5 all on Friday night. He had Jordan Love go for 22 points. Praise up. Jordan Love go for 22 points on Friday, and then Justin Tucker, shockingly, only 5 points. He's rough start for him. 5 points from Tucker on Thursday. But going into today, yeah, Anthony Richardson, Tyreek, Fairbairn, and Cincinnati's defense. For me, he's got Justin Jefferson at New York, the Giants, McCaffrey tomorrow versus the Jets, Jake Ferguson against Cleveland this afternoon, Devontae Adams at the Chargers this afternoon, Mike Evans versus the Commanders this afternoon, and then Kenneth Walker the third. Versus Denver this afternoon, and then also Buffalo's defense versus Arizona. So the defenses matchups between the two teams look pretty favorable, honestly. Justin Jefferson should do pretty good today, just like always. McCaffrey, I'm expecting a really big game again too. It's just who he is. I wouldn't be shocked if maybe this season we do see some ups and downs with him, just given age. Jake Ferguson's a good tight end. I don't know about fantasy, but good tight end. He's got Cleveland today. Cleveland's defense is good, man. Devontae Adams at the Chargers. Now the Chargers past few years have been kind of underwhelming. New head coach though, so I don't know how that's going to impact anything. So Devontae Adams versus the Chargers, just knowing he's the one, really anywhere he would go. I'm sure he's going to get targets, looks, and I'm not expecting a bad game from him, but I mean, crazier things have happened. Mike Evans versus the Commanders. Evans has been a consistent wide receiver for his whole career. I know everyone has a dud here and there, but yeah, Mike Evans against the Commanders, that should be a really favorable matchup for him. And then Kenneth Walker versus Denver this afternoon too. Denver's defense, but the home opener energy, I don't know. I can see Kenneth Walker going for a lot, given that it's in Seattle. And Buffalo's defense versus Arizona, like I said earlier in this video, Buffalo's defense, really just Buffalo as a whole, is kind of just show me, right? Show me. And I hope they don't show me today, but yeah, versus Arizona, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, Josh Connor. I don't know. Defense there. I could see a big game from them, but I don't know, maybe middle of the pack. But yeah, Yahoo's currently got it favored for me, 54%. Projected to win by about 4 points. Pretty close game. And like we said, no bias, but you can't not pick the reigning champ on opening week. I mean, come on, home game. So got me winning this game this week, and probably won't lose all year. So to recap, got Jeff versus Orn. Jeff over Orn. I got Kellen over Wade, and I got Shane over Dad, and then me over Carter. My predictions for the week. I hope you enjoy this, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. So thanks.